crazy odophiles. Yes, you guessed it right. This is Priyanka, and today Subhati is taking care of the camera. If you are new to this channel, we share our travel experiences here. So, before we move forward, please go ahead and click the subscribe button so that the next time we come with a new video, you would be able to know about the same. This way, you will support us and encourage us to come back with new videos every week to help you plan your travel or the future travel in a better way. So, friends, as promised, we are back with another new episode of our Sri Lanka trip. We will be taking you through our experiences of the beautiful Galle Fort. Let me tell you that taking the train is a real inexpensive and the best way to move around Sri Lanka. The train journeys are the most cultural experiences and the scenic routes. Those would be the highlights of your visit. Let me take you through the places that we plan to cover in Galle. So, our day started at 5 a.m. in the morning at our Colombo hotel. We plan to start early so that we can cover most of the places in and around in Galle, and we wanted to surpass the heat as well, because you understand that Galle is a fort and so it will have no shade, and it's March, and although in back in India it's quite chilly till now, but in Sri Lanka it's already summer. So in 30 to 40 degrees we were planning to travel for the entire day in Galle. Let's come back to our starting of the day. We started our journey by visiting the Colombo Fort because we were planning to board the train at 7 a.m., which would take us to Galle at around 9:30 a.m. in the morning. As soon as we reached Colombo Fort station, we saw that there are different ticket counters available for different classes of tickets. So if you want to travel in first class, you have to go to a separate counter, whereas for second class, you have to go to a separate counter. Initially, we tried to book the first class reservation counter for our journey from Fort to Galle, but there were no tickets available, and the station master who was available in that counter guided us to book the second class unreserved compartment. So we were a bit skeptical, but we did go and bought our tickets. So before we start our journey for Galle, let me just give you a brief idea on what are the options of tickets available in and around Sri Lanka, so that you can get a better idea and you could plan your journey through train in Sri Lanka in a better way.
To give you a brief about the classes of Sri Lankan railways in highest to lowest order, it's first class, which is a reserved compartment and is recommended to book the tickets few days prior to your travel date. Next comes the second class compartments. It has both reserved and unreserved compartments, and in case you do not have a prior reservation, it is advised to board the second class unreserved as it is comparatively less crowded and the seats are comfortable too. Third class also has both reserved and unreserved compartments, whereas few trains do not have a reservation compartment for third class. Thus, do check with the station master if the train you plan to travel has a third class reserved compartment. A brief on the rate of tickets is provided in the description box below. So, do check it out and get more information on Sri Lankan Railways.
The most amazing part about the Sri Lankan Railways is that they announce the train details in English for the popular routes which are usually traveled by the tourists, whereas they announce the details of the trains which are, like, say, running in local or which are not traversed by the tourists in Sinhalese, because not everyone in Sri Lanka understand English. So we felt that it was very thoughtful about the Sri Lankan government, who think so much about their tourists. But despite of the language barrier, everyone in and around Sri Lanka is always eager to help you out. Even though they won't understand English, but they will always try to help you out throughout your journey. So if you are stuck anywhere, you can always go ahead and ask any local guide. Somehow they will give you the right direction if you are lost somewhere. In just the starting of the second day, we were already floored by the Sri Lankan hospitality. When the train was entering the Colombo Fort station, we could feel the excitement running through our veins. We were super excited because we have heard that this journey from Colombo to Gaul is one of the most scenic journey that you can experience as a tourist. We found our seats, although we didn't find our seats together, we had to sit a little apart from each other. But anyways, we found two seats beside the windows and we just placed our luggages in the baggage hold and we were all set to experience the journey and be amazed throughout.
As soon as we left Colombo Fort Station, we could gauge that the scenery was changing. The hustle bustle of the city gave way to the blue ocean and sandy beaches now. The cool blue ocean was running parallel to the railway track, which gave calmness to the eyes.
We were left in awe of the beauty that we could see in front of us. At this fleeting moment, I could feel that the trip idea was the best decision and we are going to remember it for the rest of our life. You see, we get so busy in our life that we forget that the nature is always telling us something. During this journey, we now felt like the nature was talking to us and telling us to freeze the time and enjoy the view. No wonder Sri Lanka is called the pearl of the Indian Ocean, and we felt like we were touched by one of the pearl. I just kept staring out of the window like a lost child. Even though we clicked a lot of pictures and videos, but whenever we see those pictures and videos, we are again taken back, and those amazing sea view are in front of our eyes still now. The 2.5 hours journey from Colombo City to Galle was worth every penny that we spent in visiting Sri Lanka. We got down at Galle station and started looking for a cloakroom or a mail room. So you must be wondering that why are we looking for a cloakroom or a mail room at Galle? We were not planning to stay the night at Galle. We had a plan just to visit the fort and then get going. So the cloakroom or the mail room are the best option to place your luggage. They will take some money, but it's so minimal that it won't affect in your budget, and you get a receipt on behalf of that. After visiting the fort, after a few hours, when you come back, you can just show your receipt and collect your baggage and get going.
One has to walk for 10 to 15 minutes from Galle station to reach the fort entry through the old gate. While walking towards the fort, you would see the famous Galle Stadium at your left, which was devastated in the tsunami that hit Sri Lanka in the year 2004. It's under renovation, so one cannot go inside the stadium. The entry to the fort is free of charge.
As soon as we entered the Galle Fort, we could see how breathtaking the architecture of the Galle Fort was. We were planning to visit few famous points within the fort. So we wanted to start with the maritime archaeology, followed by the clock tower, and then by visiting the Flag Rock Bastion, we wanted to visit the lighthouse. So that's our plan, and let's move forward.
As soon as you enter the fort, the Maritime Museum would be to your right. Entry to the Maritime Museum is chargeable. Please refer to the description box for the cost related details. It took us almost an hour to complete the museum tour. One of the main attractions of the Maritime is the conserved large bride's whale that washed ashore in the Colombo commercial harbor in the year 2003. The skeletons are lying in the museum since 2008. After visiting the museum, We were planning to visit the clock tower, but we lost our track and went straight ahead to Flag Rock Bastion and had to trace our way back approximately 1 kilometer to the gigantic clock tower, which holds the history of Portuguese invasion in Sri Lanka. When you walk from the clock tower to the Flag Rock Bastion, you can either walk on the elevated boundary, which has an amazing sea view, or just walk down the roads, which would be a bit shorter in terms of kilometers, but less adventurous. The famous lighthouse of the Gulf Fort is an onshore lighthouse and is maintained by the Sri Lanka Ports Authority. It is also visible from quite a far away point if you travel by road keeping the sea at your right. The entry to the lighthouse was closed for security reasons, but we were able to click quite a few pictures with the lighthouse in the background.
By the time we wrapped our visit to the lighthouse, it was already past 1 p.m. and we were really starving. And we were exhausted too because the sun was really scorching and it was just shining on top of our head. So, as per our plan, we went to the famous restaurant A Minute by Tuk Tuk to have our lunch. But to our utter disappointment, we found out that they were not accepting any more customers for that particular day for lunch. So we went ahead and just beside A Minute by Tuk Tuk, there was another restaurant named Star Beans. They were accepting customers for the day, and we were very lucky to found a place to celebrate our day.
Well, the day gave us the best hospitality when it was less expected. There are many other options in the menu to choose from. We were really happy to find out that they were operational. The waiter, who welcomed us with a smile, made our day. We had been walking for a long time in the sun. He observed that and provided us some wet towels to freshen up, even though we didn't ask for it. Probably he gauged that we were exhausted. The service was amazing and the food was sumptuous. We even got a beautiful and delicious complimentary cake when the waiter came to know that it was our marriage anniversary. This hospitality, along with the sea view from where we sat, enhanced our experience by tenfolds. We absolutely loved the place.
After feasting on a sumptuous lunch at Starvin's Ocean Restaurant, it was time for us to get going, collect our baggage, and move forward for our next destination, Mirisa. Mirisa is waiting for us with some great beaches and some awesome food joints. Stay connected with us by subscribing to our channel Crazy Hodophiles and do not forget to hit the notification bell icon to know the next part of our journey, the journey to Mirisa. If you like this video, do not forget to hit the like button.